Right, here I am. Perky's here. Perky's hungry. Morning everyone. Come to do another pigeon feed. I expected to have on Saturday there's a farmer's market here normally, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to get here today because it's Saturday. And I'm going to talk about happiness today. What is happiness? I've not always been happy in life. There we go. Bat pigeon. Sorry, that's Ninja. I'm not sure about that one. Needs a name in that one. Not sure about that one either. He's a fat one. Where's Mr. Red Ring? Mrs. Red Ring. Well, Mr. Red I call him. So yeah, I'm going to talk about happiness today. What is happiness? Because I mean, I've not always been happy. I mean, I was married and I had children and all this, you know, and I was doing what I could, you know. I loved being a father and all that. I had 2 children with one woman, and before that I had one with another woman, and I wasn't with her for very long, the girl. But I got married the second time and had 2 children, and I really loved my children, I really did. I was doing everything possible for them and I couldn't wait to be with them, you know. I was working all the time. Here's Mr. Red, no, Mrs. Red Ring. Where's your boyfriend? So, to be honest, you know, I was trying my best. I mean, I did have a very big, beautiful house once, and I had a beautiful garden, which I loved, and I was doing the garden up. I only had it 3 years, you know. I lost it all suddenly. She met somebody else. I lost everything. Lost my garden. I lost the right to be a father to my children. And it was like quicksand, honestly, and there's nothing you can do about it. And in the end she won the house and everything, you know. I mean, I didn't own the house, it was a council house. And we only just sort of got it, and I was working hard, paying for the rent and everything, and then suddenly it got taken away from me. And it's not very nice. It's pretty nasty if you ask me. But what don't kill you makes you stronger, you see. That's what the thing is. So we got Mark here now. Got the whole crew here. Where's Mr. Red Ring gone? I don't know. So let's see if they fly up. So I know what it's like to be unhappy, because I mean, even when I was married, it wasn't easy. Also, Mrs. Red Ring wants to come up. So we've got a big bag for herself, as usual. There you go. I've cut the holes so they don't get hooked onto the neck. So Mr. Red Ring's not here today. So let's try this. Oh look, we've got 2 coming up. That's bat pigeon, I think. You know, sometimes I get a bit confused because bat pigeon looks like a lot of the other pigeons. But I know bat pigeons got very dark wings like that. So I know what it's like. I've lost my happiness, you know, and even when I was married I found it difficult, you know. And I mean, I was with her 13 years and every year was difficult in a certain way, you know. I didn't like arguments or anything, but we you know, it's just difficult keeping together. I wanted to stay together with her. She was quite a beautiful woman, but at the end of the day I don't think she had a very nice personality. I felt like she didn't know how to appreciate life, and she didn't appreciate me, if you see what I mean. So, yes, I lost everything. I'm talking about a very beautiful garden, greenhouse, garage, 3-bedroom house. I lost it all, and that was about 15 years ago. And I've thought about committing suicide, to be honest with you, because it's just hard to start again after losing your whole family like that. We got married, and we got married I think 7 years before we split up, and it was very difficult to be happy with a woman that didn't appreciate you, really, basically. But anyway, now I'm not married and I'm on my own. I've got no one shouting at me. I've got no one, and I've got my beautiful home now, and I've got it all back, basically. I mean, I did just lose my access to my children, everything, alright? I didn't just lose that. I lost my studio that took me 3 years to build. I mean, as soon as I moved into, we got the house together with a garden. There's a rotten shed in there, and I'd done it up and I turned it into a studio, a music studio, that is. I love doing music. It's tickling me. I love doing music, and I was doing music with my children. I built this studio and it was really nice. It even had a windows on the roof, And then as soon as I made it all and created it all and made the house look nice, got new carpets and nice beds, she took it all off me. Snatched it all off me, but let her have it. Because I'm happier now. It's no good being with somebody that don't appreciate you see. See if they come up here. Come on. Come on. Come on up here. They're not going to come up. They're not like the pigeons at the pier, are they? There's famous Perky. So, I'm just glad that, because we had quite a number of court cases after, sorting everything else. I think we had over 12 court cases, and I didn't even make it to the first court case because she didn't tell me about it. She didn't notify me. I was living somewhere else. I mean, be honest with you, I was a very lucky man, because when she did take the keys off my ring and all this, 15 years ago, I was absolutely gutted, and I was living homeless for a little while in a place called Southampton, and Southampton is where I was born, okay? Me and my wife moved off from Southampton, went somewhere else, but then I moved back to Southampton to be nearer to my family. And I was kind of homeless, because I didn't have a home. I was just living with my family and my brother a little bit, and all that kind of stuff. And then I was living there 2 months, absolutely missing my children and everything, because I've not seen them for a while. And my old boss, who I used to work with, phoned me up. There's Mr. Red Ring. Phoned me up and said, can you do a job from Bewley, which is in the New Forest in south of England, to the Netherlands? And I did it. I said, yeah, because I needed the money, I was homeless. So I did the job, and it was a 3-day job, and I met this guy there, and I told him my story, and he had this beautiful boat in Canary Wharf in London, and he said, look, she's standing there on the plate. He is, sorry. Mr. Red, get off of it, you're not going to... That's it. There you go. And anyway, all of a sudden, he gave me his keys to this boat, and it was worth £1.1 million in 1965 when it was first built. And there I was living on this beautiful boat, and it looked like a swan, it looked like a kind of James Bond boat. It had tinted windows. It was a sun cruiser, and I lived on it rent free for a year and a half, nearly, well, a year and a quarter, say. And it was sort of like luck come to me, because I took my children there for holidays, and I took my mum there and everything, and I was living kind of like a millionaire all of a sudden. It was quite funny, and it saved my life, to be honest with you, because I think if I didn't meet that guy, I don't know, you know, because it would have just been so difficult, because he helped me get my feet back on the ground, basically. You know, all of a sudden I had a sink again, I could wash my clothes again, you know, and all this kind of stuff properly, you know, and I had my own little place to live in. So it brought happiness. That was 14 years ago, and then after he sold the boat, I come and got my own flat, and it kind of like saved my life, the whole thing, you know. I was living with, you know, on this marina in Canary Wharf. It was opened up by the Queen herself. That's bad pigeon. Again. These two here. Dinner for two. Ninja. Pleased to see Ninja again. I didn't see him yesterday, and the police come and nearly arrested me yesterday. That's funny. So I mean, I'm enjoying life because I'm independent more, you know, and I found happiness for the first time in my life, to be honest with you. I think I found happiness about 3 years ago. It's coming back to me, you know, because when you lose your family, it really takes your happiness. It's very difficult to live in a world when your children's taken away from you, you know. I mean, that's the purpose of my life, really, to be with my children and do what I can, and it's all taken away from me, you know. So it does anger me, but I mean, if you want to be happy in life, you've got to appreciate life, really, you know. And I mean, so I've had a lot of bad things happen to me in my life, whatever. Even before that, even before my divorce, I had hard, difficult times. I mean, I think since I was a child, to be honest with you, I've had very difficult times, you know, and every year that's gone by, I've found it very difficult to be happy in the world that I'm living. But now I'm starting to enjoy it more. Now I'm a bit older. And I think, like, if you want to be happy, you've got to try not to shout. I mean, your happiness belongs to you after all, you know. And you'll ruin your day, basically, if you're shouting. Those two there. If you're shouting or anything like that, you'll ruin the day if you're shouting at anyone else. I don't even like shouting at anyone else. You know, like if someone does something wrong, I just tell them nicely or whatever, you know. Or, you know, there's just no reason to get angry. I mean, I used to get angry a lot, but I don't anymore, you know. I think all my anger's vanished. I mean, I've got so angry about my situation with my children and all this that it's sort of kind of vanished now. They're all pleased to see me. Look at Mrs. Well, she's 2 rings now. She was 3 rings. So we saw most of them today. We haven't seen the wounded wood pigeon today. Look at Mr. Redwing, he's fluffing up like a football. I mean, this makes me feel happy, actually, feeding the pigeons. I mean, partly that's why I do it. And if people, you know, like I've noticed some people walking past, it really makes them smile, and sometimes even laugh, you know, because they've seen pigeons come up here on me and all this kind of stuff, whatever. And then you get the other people that hate it, you know, they don't like pigeons for some reason. Just a red ring. So really I mean, each day, like, I mean, in the past I've been pretty depressed, and it's understandable, really, you know. Like, I lost a very beautiful wife, but she's beautiful to look at. This is the thing, like, Parky's beautiful to look at, but is Parky nasty? That's the thing. Is he a beautiful pigeon and a lovely pigeon, or is he a nasty pigeon that's gonna bite me and bite my fingers off, you know? And that's it, you know. Oh, there they go. 1 minute, they're gone. Where are they gone to? Come on. Pigeon fans want to see you. Here they come. Yeah. Come back and see me. It's flying around me, making me dizzy at the moment. That's what they're doing. So this makes me happy, you know, like them flying around right now. I've helped them a little bit, so I give them a bit more pigeon energy. Here they come. Come on! You pigeon fans are getting bored. I'll throw some nuts down and see if they come down. Come on! Come on, Perky. It's no good being up there. I think I'll call it a day. I think they're quite full up. I think they're full up now, so I'll call it a day. Say goodbye to famous Perky. So if you want to be happy like Perky, smile. And appreciate your own life, you know. Appreciate being, you know, having a body and being alive, you know. And appreciate that, you know, today the sun's going to come up and we're going to see things like Perky. Just enjoy life, you know. And I know it's difficult sometimes, people, especially if you live with other people, they can get on your nerves. Try to get away from them if you can, you know, and all that kind of stuff, you know. I used to live with people and all that, you know, and I'm glad I don't anymore. Glad to get, you know, all my life, you know, even when I was a child, I was living with my mum. I love my mum, you know, and all that, and I was living with my brother, but they got on my nerves at the end of the day. Sometimes, you know, and I got on their nerves too, you know, it works both ways. Oh, Perky's coming back down. I'm not going to go now. It's a long movie. But I must go, I think, because we've got things to do today. So Perky's happy. Be happy like Perky. Perky's always happy. Unless, I have seen him in a bad mood actually, sometimes when pigeons get too close to him, he pecks them. Have a good day and love all birds. And have a happy day.